What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I will be reviewing a beer from Saint Errant Brewing, and they're out of Evanston, Illinois, and this is their Falling or Flying. So this is a double dry hopped double IPA that is dry hopped with Motueka, Sabro, and Citra hops. It comes in at 8.1% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. This can is approximately 3.5 weeks old. I want to give a huge thanks and a shout out to a good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Kenny, for hooking me up with this one. In the description box, I will post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies Kenny hooked me up with, and he only hooked me up with 2 beers, but they were impactful. It was this one and Bourbon County Brand Stout, the proprietor's 2021 vintage, and I cannot wait to review that beer. Thank you very much, Kenny, for sending that beer my way, along with this one. Now, I haven't heard anything about Saint Errant, but Kenny has checked some in on Untappd, and he was like, hey, I'm going to throw this in the box with proprietor, aka Prop, and he's like, let's see what you think about it. And he knows I like Sabro. He knows I like coconut forward beers. So this has Motueka, Sabro, and Citra, and I'm ready to get into this one. So I will say one thing. On the label, it says double dry hopped India Pale Ale. It's 8.1%. I'm calling it double IPA because typically anything over 8% is double IPA in my realm. I mean, Hop Butcher has 7.5% double IPA, so 8.1% regular IPA? I don't know. Does it matter? Not really. Anyway, give it a quick roll here and we'll get into the glass. So I'm going to use the Hop Butcher huge, whatever this is, 19.5 ounce glass, because why not? Shout out to the Chicago area. So here we go. That's looking pretty nice. All right, we won't pour all of it. We'll pour most of it, but yeah, that looks beautiful. Has this really nice, like, burnt orange color. Very vibrant in person. On camera, it's probably going to be darker and a bit dull, but looks beautiful in person. Has a finger of this off-white, super creamy colored head. Very compact bubbles. Looks fantastic. Looks awesome in the glass, honestly. Wow. Beautiful looking beer. Let's get a nose. Oh. Wow. Jesus. This reminds me of what is it from Hop Butcher? Neon Green Relish. I think is that Sabro and Citra? I think so. This is absolutely humongous, enormous, ginormous pina colada vibes right off the top. It's crazy. Oh my God. It's the best pina colada you could imagine. It's almost if you had, like, if you get a banana split and they put the pineapple, like, syrup or jam or whatever that is on top. If someone shredded some coconut on top of that. I'm getting a little bit of, like, vanilla. Is there lactose in here? There could be. But it's giving me, like, a slight ice cream, pineapple, coconut thing. And then over top of that is this really nice, like, lemon lime kind of zestiness, probably from the Motueka. Oh, this is a great nose. I did not anticipate. I can't get past the pina colada. I'm trying. I can't. It's pina colada, period, with a little bit of zesty lemon lime over top. Maybe a little underlying, like, orange, kind of like sweet OJ, but I'm not going to say you're bullshitting and try to pick out more aromas. This is 95% pina colada. It's right in this guy's wheelhouse. This is one of the best noses I've had from hop forward beer, probably since I brought back the channel in October of 2021. I love this. I love this nose. I did not anticipate this whatsoever. It smells awesome. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody, and thanks again, Kenny. That's a great beer. That is fucking great. That's really good. I'm gonna roll back great. Second sip didn't hit me as well as the first one, but this is a really good beer. Really fucking good. The nose on this is like almost a 5 out of 5. This is like 4.75, 4.8, 4.85, something like that. The taste is dialed back, but pina colada leads the way. Let's go body and mouthfeel at 8.1%. Body in this straight up medium. The mouthfeel, here's where it maybe loses a little bit, just some points. Very, very minute amount of points. But the mouthfeel isn't like upper tier, upper echelon, top tier. It's a nice mouthfeel. It's a nice body, but it doesn't approach like some of the Hop Butcher. And I only name drop Hop Butcher because, they're from the relatively around the same area in Chicago. But the mouthfeel, a little bit more crisp and effervescent. There's a nice smoothness on the back of the palate, but it doesn't have like that soft, creamy kind of vibe. So it loses me a little bit with the mouthfeel. Body is appropriate. The taste, though. The nose follow suit's about 75%. First thing I noticed on the front of the palate is a little bit of like OJ vibes with a zesty orange, so big orange tangerine type of thing. Right after that, though, pina colada 100%. It's not as sweet as the nose, which is probably a good thing, because the nose was screaming decadent, like the part of like a yeah, kind of like a pineapple syrup on ice cream, right? Kind of like a banana split without the banana. The thing is in the nose, it was screaming that pina colada, but it was a sweeter version. In the taste, it's dialed back, it's dumbed down a bit, sweetness-wise. But it's pina colada. It's fresh, overripened pineapple, mixing in with like a slightly shredded, like sweeter coconut. There's an underlying zesty lemon lime thing omnipresent on the palate. What's really cool is on the back of the palate, this bitters out. This has like a moderate bitterness and like a semi-dry finish. And the bitterness is kind of like an earthy, resinous type of hop tone. I will say that I think this is a really drinkable beer. And I know, I haven't had really any comments with people calling me out, but I've known other beer tubers in the past where people will be like, saying that beer is drinkable is really fucking stupid. And I get where they're coming from. I'm drinking a beer. It's clearly drinkable. But when I say this beer is drinkable, what I mean is there's so many of these beers, and you can probably go to the review yesterday or a review 3 days from now. I'm just referencing reviews that I have no idea what those reviews will be. But you'll see me a lot of times go, the drinkability of this beer is a little bit less because it's too sweet or too cloying or too much of one flavor. Maybe it's too bitter or too dry or whatever the case may be. But what I mean by this beer is drinkable is that I'm going to finish the rest of this can, and I think I would love to have a 4-pack of this in the fridge because it is very balanced. Another taboo word when people come to beer reviews, like, oh, what's balance mean? It's like, when I say balance, I mean that the malt isn't too much, the bitterness isn't too much, the hops, just everything melts into a perfect, harmonious, cohesive one. And I think that's what this beer does. It at the front of the palate, you're hit with all those sweeter fruit characters. On the back of the palate, it bitters out nicely with that earthy, resinous kind of dryness. And it's just a really balanced, well-made, tasty beer. Not much more to say about it. I can't tell you it's 8.1%. In fact, because of the body and the mouthfeel not being as dynamic as some other beers, I would guess this around 7%. So I think this hides the alcohol quite well. I only got a little bit of a warming in the chest and nothing on the palate. This is really nice. I think if the nose would have carried over, maybe the sweetness would have been too much. But I don't know, as is, this for a brewery that I never heard about before Kenny and I became friends on Untapped. Like, this is really tasty stuff. So Falling or Flying from Saint Errant Brewing. It's a high 4.25 out of 5. 4.35 all day. All day long on this one. I think if the mouthfeel was better, this would be an easy 4.5 for me, which is a really high score. I don't give out a lot of 4.5s or higher. So this is fucking great. I would love to try more from Saint Errant. So whenever Kenny gets some fresh stuff, because him and I have formed a partnership where we're going to throw boxes once in a while back and forth. And, I want to try some other stuff from Chicago, and Kenny has the hookup. I know another viewer of the channel and great guy, Ross, he is offered to if I want anything from Chicago. So I appreciate all you guys for, offering up beer. That's the beautiful thing about BeerTube and about the beer community. So many people love to trade beers, but also love to support their community in their local area and throw beers to people who, like me, review beers on YouTube. And I would have never, put it this way, if I didn't have a beer tubing channel, there's no way I ever try a beer from Saint Errant, ever. Just doesn't happen. So huge thanks to Kenny for this one. 4.35 out of 5. Price and availability, I have no idea. Kenny, this is where you chime in. I don't know what you paid for this one. He probably got it at Biddy's. Shout out to Biddy's. But yeah, let me know what you paid for a 4-pack of this or single can, however you got it, and what the availability of something like this is. I'd imagine they get into a bunch of local bottle shops like Biddy's and others because I'd like to know more about Saint Errant. Really good stuff. So thanks to Kenny for this beer. Huge shout out to him for not only this, but Prop 21. Can't wait to review that. By the time you see this review, hopefully I will start posting some Bourbon County reviews. I want to get into them. Here's the thing, I've never reviewed a Bourbon County beer on the channel, so I can't wait to start diving into them. I've been drinking Bourbon County since the early 2010s, so yeah, can't wait. Anyway, thanks again to Kenny. Thanks everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.